Hello, welcome to this tutorial. I'm Drmummycakes. On this tutorial, I will show you tools that I think are essential when decorating with buttercream. These tools will help you get a nice, clean, smooth finish on your buttercream cake. So let's get started. I think this is a great video if you're a beginner, if you've not yet got all the tools, so it will help you decide which tools are useful so that you can buy tools that you will use and are useful, and it saves you from wasting money on tools that are not particularly necessary. Essential tool number 1. A turntable. This will make life so much easier. Yes, you can decorate a cake with buttercream without a turntable, but it makes it a lot more difficult than it needs to be. With a turntable, you can turn your cake so you can decorate all around it. If you don't have a turntable, you'll have to be going round, moving the cake, turning round. This makes it so much easier. There are different types and grades of turntable. There are different types of turntable out there in the market, ranging from those that don't cost too much, maybe 10, 15, 20 pounds, right up to professional standards, which are, hundreds plus pounds. Again, for a beginner, just something like this, a simple plastic turntable that doesn't cost too much will do the trick. The difference between a cheaper one versus a more expensive one is the more expensive ones are more for professionals, so they're more professional grade, so the turn is nice and smooth and silent, and you will get a better finish with more expensive ones, and also in terms of durability. But for a beginner, or if you're a hobby baker, then you don't need to splash out and get an expensive one. I would recommend getting one that you can afford, and if you get more skilled or if you want to upgrade, then you can get a more expensive one. So something like this will just do. It's a bit noisy, but it does the trick. Okay, so a turntable is absolutely essential. I think if you're going to get one piece of equipment, you should definitely get a turntable. Essential equipment number 2 is a buttercream smoother. Sometimes it's called a buttercream scraper, but this is what I mean by a buttercream scraper. So I've got 2 different types. I've got one that's made of acrylic, and I've got a metal one. And you'll notice that they are different sizes. So I like to make tall cakes. So this is for my tall cakes. It's long. So when I'm smoothing my cake, I can smooth a cake that's this length. So if you like making tall cakes, then do invest in a tall buttercream smoother. This is the regular size, which is good for smaller sorter cakes. Again, you don't have to buy really, really expensive ones. Buy the best quality that you can afford, but expensive doesn't necessarily mean better. They do the job the same way. The difference is cheap ones may not be as durable. I don't know if you can see, but mine is not so expensive and it's a little bit scratched, but it does the trick. And I like this because it has a grip, so I've got something to hold on to. And this one's got a sharp edge. This one's got a beveled edge. So depending on your taste and your needs, different people like different ones. I think I prefer a beveled edge. Some people prefer a sharp edge. Now, the next question people ask is, should I get a metal buttercream smoother or an acrylic one? Again, it's down to choice. The first one I got was this one, which is a metal one. But to be honest, I prefer this one. One, because it's a tall scraper, but also I just can handle it better. The advantage of having a metal one, it comes in when you want to smooth your buttercream. There's a nice trick where you can heat up a metal buttercream and use it to do a final scrape on your cake, and you will get a very nice finish. So that's one advantage of having a metal buttercream smoother. But to be honest, get whichever one that you prefer. So these are my two buttercream smoothers. And I would say if you have two equipment that you must get, a turntable and a buttercream smoother are your two essentials. Essential number 3, you need a palette knife. An angled palette knife, also called a cramped palette knife. So you can see it's got an angle. This is important because you're going to be smoothing your buttercream around your cake. It's more difficult if you've got a straight palette knife. So make sure you get an angled palette knife. And as you can imagine, like all things cake, they come in different sizes. This is the smaller one, which I use the most because I tend to like to make smaller cakes, so 4 inches or 6 inches. That works quite well. If I'm making a bigger cake, then this will take forever to put buttercream all over my cake. So I've got a much larger one. But I find this more tricky to use. You might see other bakers on YouTube videos that use these large ones. So again, it's good to have 2 different sizes. So 3 essential ingredients: turntable, buttercream smoother, and a cramped palette knife. I think these are your bare minimums. I'm going to show you my other tools, which are quite useful if you want. I have these acrylic discs, and they are 6.5 inch. I use them for decorating my 6-inch cakes. And with these, you can get a super smooth, sharp edge. So check out the video. It should show up on your screen right about now at the top, where I show you how to use these acrylic discs. So they're quite useful to have if you want, but I wouldn't say that they're essential. But I love my acrylic disc. There we go. And you might have seen all those different fancy buttercream cakes with stripes or scallops, things like that. And these are made using patterned acrylic smoothers. So this one is for stripes, and I have a video which you can also have a look at. It'll come up on your screen for the link, where I show you how I make stripe buttercream cakes. So these pattern ones, again, if you want to make those sort of things, then they make life easier, but I wouldn't say that they're absolutely essential. So there you have it in a nutshell, the essential tools for buttercream decorating. So hopefully you found it useful. If you've got any questions or comments, please drop a note in the comment section and I will reply. Don't forget to like my videos. It does help to give me more traction. And subscribe to the Drmummycakes channel, and also make sure that you click the notification button, that little bell icon, so this will make sure that you are alerted when I put up new videos. So stick with me if you're a beginner baker, and we'll get you baking in no time, because I really believe that anyone can bake a cake. You just got to know how, and that's what I'm here for, to give you the know-how. I'm also quite social, so you can find the links in the comment section of how to find me on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest. Thank you for watching my tutorial, and see you next time.